Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. You don't know it's a boy Abu just here representing for Full Sports TV. Yep. And tonight along the panel we have the sports whiz himself and Blacks, Big Bad, Liverpool. You don't know. Not but anyways, yeah. Tonight we're gonna discuss the Premier League, a little bit French League, Italian League, and interestingly, the Spanish League. I get nice. You understand? Yeah, the rest of the end. And we're okay. Let's get the irrelevance of the Italian League out the way. Normally Premier League start, but we are gonna start a different way tonight. Italian League quick and fast. We're gonna do the big teams, so-called big teams. Juventus draw 1-1 with Fiorentina. Greg, anything on that?
As far as I'm concerned, you made it out of the race already. You know, it's mainly Champions League places where they might fight for, you know. But the fact that they drop points, it look good for them. You know. When they win Atalanta, I think Atalanta win them game.
Oh yeah, jump the gun, man. Stay at the Juventus game first, man.
Oh. All right.
I thought we were doing a summary of the Italian league. Okay.
Yeah, the draw. Yeah, I'm thinking we go just to an overall summary. But
right.
The draw, you get draw.
All right, do it that way the faster. But I'll say one thing about the game. The Morata goal, we never think him of that in a blocker, but
what?
No.
I just Chelsea making him look ordinary. I mean, he always bring out his best at Juventus actually, because not even really shine that much. But whenever he play for Juventus, you know, sure. But yeah, them drop points. Luckily for them, AC Milan drop points today too, so them still have that top 4 spot. They still have that number 4 spot. But Inter win as usual. You know, one step closer to facing the Scudetto, which I don't think they have won it since Mourinho left.
Oh, really?
Correct 11 years ago, yeah.
Because I remember Juve on a roll, bro.
Juve is a 9 or 10 in a roll. Juve is going for. We're going for
9.
Yeah, so I could be wrong, but I don't think they have hoisted it since Mourinho left. So long overdue. You know, for the what they call him again? Blue and black in Italian now again. Nerazzurri.
Nerazzurri,
yeah. You know, long overdue for the Nerazzurri. So yeah, them probably the next 2 games them win, they should be hoisting because them 11 points lead, 5 games leave. Yeah, if they win the next 2 games, or if they win Atalanta lose the next game, that should be it. That should be curtains to the league. Napoli also climb back in the top 4. Surprisingly, me hear
them beat Torino 2-0.
Yeah, Mir Biko talk about the Napoli player. Say he's been linked with Man U. You know, I'm surprised he did end up at Italian league because he was coming from Lille. Remember the other night we had talked about Lille wingers over the years where, you know, them have 1 or 2 good season, banging some goals and then get a move. He was one of them. I can't pronounce his name. He's Nigerian, I think Osimhen or something like that.
Is it? I thought it was from Senegal.
He's Nigerian.
Okay.
So him still doing things for them and they won as well. So right now top 4 is Inter, Atalanta, Napoli, and Juve with AC at trail Juve and goal difference because Lazio fixed for them business today.
No? Well, the thing with AC is that if will they get back Zlatan for the running, because it's simple that if Zlatan is available, Zlatan is there scoring goal Milan would have actually be able to challenge even more for the title this year. But Zlatan missed too much games, and they just seem not to be able to find the goals without Zlatan
You're right.
in the lineup.
Because even the games, because early in the season, he missed some games and them did actually do good because they did get goals from all over the park. But when you have players who are not consistent goal scorers,
Yeah.
then that go
I
happen.
can't depend on them for that long stretch,
Yeah,
And
it's just like before Ineos start do it for Leicester, when I jump leagues. But when Vardy was out, then you have the same problem.
yes, I
It's
was
the same thing
have a
with
problem.
Milan. But yeah, I would say that league wrapped up. Not much.
Well, I'm just happy to see someone else in Italy
Other than
doing
Juventus.
something other than Juventus. The leagues need this. They need personally, the Italian league, it needs an Inter and an AC. They need to be playing.
Yeah.
It becomes a problem because listen, man. Personally, me watching football from the 90s, the 2000s, AC and Inter, I am more interested in seeing them doing good than Juventus. When AC and Inter are doing good, I think Italian football does well. And because they haven't been doing good for the last couple of years, Italian football on a whole, I'm not talking about those Juventus, Italian football on a whole hasn't been taking its rightful place because of those two powerhouse not being what they can and should be, And I'm just happy to see right now what's
Blacks.
going on there.
You think is the fact that the Italians operate where basically for me I watch football late 90s forward up. Then it's been that same generation of players where very few young players will make it. But I grew up, I watched the Pirlo and the Inzaghi and the Buffon, and after that generation, very few make it to the top as youngsters, and then after the generation they don't, it was just it basically. We see where Italy fail to make it to the World Cup, or they make it to the World Cup and them can't make it past the first round. After that generation there with the Pirlo and the Maldinis of the world,
Well,
But
go ahead.
But Bujo, when Italian league was dominated, it wasn't just Italian players.
Which is
You
what I was
had
going to
top
say.
players from South America mainly. Because most of the Argentines and Brazilians, that was their preferred destination, especially the Argentines, because they have close relations with Italy, and a lot of European players, the top European players, the Dutch players, the French players. I mean, when you look at the Croatian team that went to 98 World Cup, you had like three of them at Milan. You had the Dutch players like your Van Basten, your Kluivert, before he went to Spain. You had what the other one with the shirts name?
Not
He,
Gullet.
he was manager at one point.
Gullet.
At Barca. Gullit. You had your Gullits down there. You had Seedorf down there. So you always have top European players and South American players and Africans.
But it's a financial thing that happened to them. Remember, so they went through a big financial crisis, and their football went through a financial crisis, and then you start getting that influx of all of this talent from outside into Italy. Because again, they just couldn't. AC Milan was almost broke. Inter was very close to the same thing. A lot of the teams were on the verge of going into bankruptcy. The entire Italian economy was on the verge of going into bankruptcy at some point. But I think when that changed, and also with the rise of the Premier League became that league that start to get those talent because they can pay the wages. Barca and Real have been there, but it's really Barca and Real in terms of a top talent in Spain. But the Premier League, when they started to be able to pay salaries, so when Stoke can go out and pay somebody what the same thing AC pay them, and Crystal Palace can pay them that money, it pulled a lot of resources from the Italian league, and the fact that they were going through financial problems in Italy overall, I don't think it helped, you know. So it's a whole lot of factors that kind of affect them. Yeah, Bojo, you can say, boy, they probably never transition from one set of stars to the next set. You know, but you know, there was a point when Italy was relying on hoping that Mario Balotelli would have been the real next big thing and was gonna be the man that's gonna. And he started off like that, but again, it just never happened, you know.
Not just him, like remember El Shaarawy, like
yeah, and exactly. Yeah, but bringing
anyways,
back to the league, I think this is a good thing that we are having someone else in Italy, and not just that someone else is winning, because yeah, I probably just hate Juventus. I've always hated them. I never liked them. But the fact that someone else is there and that there's actually competition for those spots, and also the names, because names are important, you know. This is football. We all love it, but names are important. It's important when I hear AC Milan, Inter Milan, Napoli. It's important when I hear those names in Italy. You know, Atalanta is a new team, and some people like them, and I'm like how them play and stuff like that. But it's really important when you want, say, you play an Italian team. The first names that come to your mind are those teams. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna play AC or Inter or Juventus or or Napoli. Those are the names that come to your mind, and it's important when those big teams are doing good.
Before me tell you respond to the comment there, let me add some more names to it. Parma, Lazio, Sampdoria, Roma, Fiorentina. When we watch Italian league in the 90s, and them team that they had team, Parma have about 6 Argentines in their starting lineup. Lazio same way, Fiorentina with Edmundo and Gabriel Batistuta. So yeah, you're right. Anyway, see, somebody are correct here. I must say it was a financial crisis, it was scandal. It was both, actually.
It was both.
Yeah, it was both a financial crisis and a scandal. That's why Juventus didn't get relegated to Serie B.
Yeah, and the reason why I made up on the financial, because Italian teams had to start to sell their talent. They weren't able to hold on to those talent anymore because the club just were not feasible. Even right now with AC Milan and their ownership, there's still some issues there. You're not sure exactly what's going to happen with their ownership, because it's the Chinese guys who own it, right? And they have a team in China that they basically just dissolve. They're saying that they're gonna keep doing what they're doing at AC, but you just don't know what's gonna happen there.
All right. I think Greg, you want to add to that? Let's finish up. That's too much time on Italian league.
Boy, you're bad man, Italian league though. No, that's it. Like me say, Inter already have it wrapped up, but the real challenges for the Champions League spots. It's gonna be interesting to see, because
them
get three spots. Them get.
No man, they had gotten 4.
You think they get 4?
Yeah, remember when England, when they revamp it and them say no, the big 5 leagues, the big 4. So Germany have guaranteed 4, Spain, Italy, England. France doesn't guarantee 4. I think they're going to guarantee 3. But those teams are guaranteed. Those countries are guaranteed 4 now.
Okay.
All right. They got back their 4th spot.
Cool.
All right. Look at the French league.
Yeah, man. That was just like right. That's all. You want to do the bad game first? All right. We'll talk about the bad game, but just to mention, Nice win beat Montpellier 3-0, and I guess we can talk about the PSG game a little bit. 3-1, them win 3-1, but the news of the day was Mbappe got subbed off injured.
Well, in coach say I know nothing serious. The fact that Man City win, I want him for at least out a week, but I don't want him to injure. I don't want nobody. That's how he makes a living. So I'm not bad mind to that extent. I want him to really injured, but I want him miss at least 1 game. But the coach, unless Pochettino try to throw off City.
I think that's horrible from a football standpoint, to be wanting Mbappe to be out. You want to see Mbappe go against City. You want to see Mbappe run against that defense, because City defense has been excellent. I want to see peak Mbappe, peak Neymar running against that City side. And also the opposite happening. They might also play defense. They're going to have to play defense against the City side. They will have the ball. Huh?
Sterling now peak, so we can't PSG for peak.
No way. Man. Well, the first thing is City is gonna have 60% of the ball or more, even against PSG. Then go have it against them. Mbappe and Neymar is gonna have to be running off counter attack a lot, which they can do, and especially Mbappe. You know, so I want to see that. You know, I'm hoping that he's fit. But as you talk about from the French league standpoint, though, that is a league that is well, they used to call it the Farmers League. They used to call it the Farmers League. You can't call it Farmers League anymore.
That is not this year.
You can't call it no Farmers League anymore because you have 4 teams within 6 points of each other.
Why am I double G?
Huh?
Why am I double G? My teeth, man. I'm tell you to bring up this one the other one.
No. Well, personally, I'm not a big watcher of the French league. Every now and again, I watch a game. But again, I am a football fan who wants to see some variety. I want to see other teams doing good. I hate when there's no competition going on. And for the last 10 years also, you could say that there was no competition in the French league. And this year, with what Lille is doing and Lyon and Monaco, you know, with what they are doing, it's really nice to see what's going on in the French league. And well, the thing about the French league, you wonder because they've always had talent. They always selling talent very fast, but they've always had the talent there.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't forget about Pops. Pops, big up yourself.
I say semi-final league. Oh, semi-formal. Really, Pops? Australia man them league. Back in the 90s, Marseille and them team used to the problem in the Champions League. So ease yourself, Pops. But yes, yesterday's game, Bojo. Cracker. I mean, me never watch it from start, but when me tune in, Mr. Leon lead 2-0, I said, no. Not tell me say lead. I mean, Lilla dash with any chance of winning the league. You know, and then we see the Turkish Yilmaz score a brilliant free kick. We say, all right, yeah, man. And Fredman then pull back one, then just start pressure Leon, you know.
And then the Canadian score.
Okay, Blacks. The Canadian score I made it. Yo, that boy, he run him socks off yesterday. You know? He had a damn good game. Trust me. And next thing I'm like, them coach, trust me, which Arteta would have paid attention to some of them coaches here. The brother, he is not a big game coach, but he knows when to make subs and the right subs to make. Because like I say, Leon did have the game. And the man just, I think from like the 50-something minute, he start making subs. And every substitution we make, impact the game in a positive way, you know? And then come back with the 3-2. I mean, Leon could have went up 3-2 because when it was 2-2, the Brazilian Thiago Mendes.
Well, you realize one of the thing about it though also, Greg. You talk about the subs. They allow 5 subs in France.
Yes,
they allow 5 subs in Italy, they allow 5 subs in Spain, they allow 5 subs in Germany. You know, he was able to make some of those changes that early because the fact that he had 5 subs at his disposal compared to, you would say, Arteta would have to be more conservative. I'm just saying, from a principle standpoint, you know, he probably has to be more, he thinks more about his subs because the fact that at least in this time right now, he doesn't have 5 as opposed to these other coach. That coach could make a sub at 58 and then at 70 minutes he can say, boy, it's not working out and make another sub to change how the game is going on. You have to look at it. So when you only have 3 sub, you don't have that luxury. You have to get it spot on, and that builds the pressure on you how and when you make those substitutions.
Good point.
Yeah, but like we say, Lil win. What this to do is push back Leon, because Leon, if Leon did win yesterday, Leon would have tied up points with PSG. You know, I'm not sure them goal difference between them and Leon, but I mean between them and PSG, but Leon would at the top of the table. They pushed them back to fourth. Monaco in third now. I mean, them are do a good job. You know, they have Mango said they don't have no name ballers, but they actually have some players who haven't worked out for other places who they try to find back their foot at Monaco, like Jovetic, Ben Yedder. As Ben Yedder after he kill off man in half season.
Yeah, man, all the way.
So he might find back him foot in and Golovin, Fabregas to them, I don't know if him a player or if him hurt, because I watch him in a while. But yeah, Monaco play some good ball, but it's gonna be good to see the running because PSG still have Monaco to play. Well, I'm looking at PSG fixtures because I think PSG have tougher fixtures than Lille. You know, let me look for them more.
Yeah, because well, I remember when I checked Lille didn't have any of the top sides left to play. You know, Lille have Nice, Lens, Saint Etienne, and Angers. That is middle to lower half teams. You know, all of those. You know, actually, I think Angers are still in relegation battle at the moment. So Lille actually are in very good standing at the moment, and the fact that they have the destiny in their hand. Put it that way. You know.
So yes, PSG have Lens, who is in 5th place, sandwiched between the City games. Then they have Rennes, who they look a kid when we talk about so much. Eduardo Camavinga.
Mm-hmm.
He's a holding midfielder. Every time he play against him, he have a brilliant game. You know, it's like he relish playing against the Stars. I think he probably turned 18 by now. Last time he faced them, he was 17. He should be 18 by now. But whenever I go up against them, he relish the competition, you know. And them still have Montpellier. So they have three top 10 teams left to play. And like I said, City in the Champions League. So it's still a tough season for them. You know, so I think, like you said, Lille have their destiny in their hands, but it's a good league to watch the run-off. Probably better than watching Germany or Italy.
Well, I think Bayern Munich need 2 more wins no, 1 more win I think they need to actually finish that league.
So. Germany and Italy we're not even talking about winning league. There's a talk about they are the Champions League qualifiers.
Yeah.
All right. So we finish with France, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And on that note, we are gonna add crackers to the panel right away.
Bring him in.
Cracker?
Bring him in.
The trophy cabinet still empty, but we not reach.
Gentlemen.
Hold on. Barca wearing jersey.
Underpass me yet.
Yeah,
No.
We don't reach us yet. We decide to delay the show for you. All right, where's the mojo? You done with France? You got
good vibes that. Good vibes that.
Crackers internet slow, you know though.
All right. We are got Germany, right?
No,
Germany. We are got Premier League. Yeah. You got Germany. About 3 games.
Germany are popping up. Bayern Munich.
You sound like a Bayern fan, though.
Well, the only good thing about Germany is Leon Bailey score and goal again.
That's why we want to Germany. That's
what we like to see. He had goal and assist, you know, in the game.
And next thing too, news break today. Man U fans now go like this, especially JR, because
Tottenham fans either.
He's been we know said Nagelsmann. There's no way Julian Nagelsmann was gonna leave Leipzig and go to Tottenham. I mean, that's a step down.
Tottenham is one of the teams that were in the Super League. What are you talking about?
Speaking of Man U, other Man U fan to the chat. Welcome, Mr. Dix.
Yes, sir.
Carlman Papsman, I name the.
Yeah, don't call him Mr. Dixon. We see about him for Zane. When Zane can forward and call him Mr. Dixon.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Pop. So yes, and Nagelsmann I go Bayern at the end of the season.
Yeah, me realize I'm gonna Bayern.
So who wanna go try again now? Now try back to Marino?
Sign a contract. Sign a contract with buy.
You know? Oh, buy. Hey, I'm the best defender.
But talking about Nagelsmann to Bayern, I think I was watching something today and I'm saying that Red Bull is saying that they want what 25 million for him to move across from Leipzig to Bayern, which is a world record fee. Which a world record fee them asking for a coach.
Me not blame them.
Well, I wouldn't, because he already got to them and tell them that he wants to leave them. Already, I think, already have personal terms. If you want him, he's on a contract, I think, for the next about 3 years, I think. So I agree. Go for it and say, you know, if you want him, pay up. You know, and right now, well, I'm sure Bayern, well, the muscle that they have in Germany, they're not gonna spend that much, but they're gonna pay a good amount to get him to move from.
Blacks, they might have to play. Red Bulls. Red Bull, no, you notice anybody Red Bull sell, you can't pressure them to sell them players.
Yes.
You know, except for Timo Werner sit out for a season and decide he not play. But the Red Bulls team, you see, because they have the backing of Red Bulls already.
Chelsea had activated the clause, so Red Bull didn't have any say. They lost their power based on that, you know.
Yeah, but other than that, they don't have to. And me, like I said, me not blame them. Nagelsmann is only 33 years old. If you have a brilliant coach like this, only 33, I mean, he can be a Bayern for the next 20 years.
Exactly.
As long as he's winning, because you know,
Bayern like the stability. They like the stability. They want a young, good coach who's gonna bring them from now to the next 10 years. You know, because that's what you're looking at. If Nagelsmann to Bayern right now, you're looking at a 10-year span. Yep. And they're gonna win a 9 or 10 league title in a row now. Nagelsmann go there right now. It can be 10 more. It can easily be 10 more.
You know, so yeah, that's the biggest news of the weekend from Germany, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, definitely.
They might lose him. They might lose them two centre backs, because one gonna Bayern, one gonna Liverpool. You know?
And again, that's the problem with Germany, where as soon as a team rises, because Red Bull, as much as we talk about Dortmund over the last couple of years and whatever, we know that they are the second biggest team in Germany. Red Bull has been the team that has challenged Bayern the most over the last 5 years. They have put up a better challenge than anybody else. But right now, their team is going to be ripped apart. Last year, they lost Timo Werner. This year, they're losing the coach and their two good centre backs. You know, what are they going to be next year? You know,
and Liverpool went to Naby Keita from the year before.
Exactly, like Naby Keita too. Because when he was there, he was good. He was excellent when he was there.
He was young.
I don't know when he was younger. He was younger, you know. But if you look at that over that's within the last 3 years, they lost Naby Keita, Timo Werner. Now they're gonna lose Upamecano, Konate, and their coach. That's a lot for a team to absorb, you know. A team not named Bayern in Germany. Bayern could lose that and go and refresh, but a team, it doesn't matter. Red Bull, we know that they have a little bit of money and they don't follow the German model like that 50+1 rule like everybody else. They have found a way to skirt the rules, you know, and have been able to invest a little bit in their team, but they're losing talent and it's not easy to replace those talent. And those are top class talent that they have lost over the last couple of years.
All right, Black.
Not a matter of losing talent. It's not a matter of losing talent, but most of those teams like Red Bulls, as them try to win the league, it all come down to money and finances. If them can triple the book by selling the coach, selling 3, 4, 5 players and keep going, them are gonna keep on do that. Finishing at the top 4 is not about the title for them. It's about balancing the book and going above and beyond over the book. Sell 3, 4, 5 players, finishing at top 4, do it again next season. Them not care about trophies and titles.
Well, the only thing about that with the Red Bull players, one of the rule, I think, one of the concept what they have in Germany, you actually have to have a release clause in your contract. And all of these players that they're losing, the release clause were activated. You know, Naby Keita had a release clause. Liverpool activated. We actually activate that year early and pay a premium, but we activate the release clause. Timo Werner activate release clause. Omar the release clause was activated. Konate, all of it is the release clause was activated. And that is what sometimes, that's the difference between the Premier League, you know, because if Grealish had a release clause, he would have been gone from Aston Villa a long time. You know, there's no way at all he would have been at Aston Villa. You know, somebody would have activated that clause and get him out of there from long. But in Germany, you have to have a release clause, and that now create another issue.
And Arsenal would sign former Man U baller at Crystal Palace long time.
Long time.
Long time.
All right.
Oh,
With that,
before you end that, I also see where them say a few teams are so interested in Lewandowski. What do you think about that?
I saw that.
You think he might be tempted?
But why not?
It depends on who. It depends on who.
They said Chelsea need a striker, City need a striker, and the two teams in Spain.
Listen to me. Now, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Man U need a striker.
Hold on. Who says City need a striker?
Huh?
They do. Not because they might do it without striker. They do need a striker, crackers.
Who says City need a striker? That's a rumor. City don't need no striker. Pep don't need no striker.
Yeah. You see it show him up all the while. When they have games where teams sit back with 12, they need a striker.
Well, I look at it this way. I think Pep wants a striker. He has been able to, because he's a great coach, because he's a tactical genius, he has been able to play without one and still score goals and still whatever. But I think he is looking for the ideal striker too. It's not just any striker that he wants. A person like Lewandowski at City, I would hate to see something like that. I would absolutely hate to see that thing.
All
right. Should we move on?
We can, sir. Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
All right. To the interesting and entertaining Spanish league. Can't say that very often, but at this point in time, it is very interesting. Madrid, Atletico leading the league, 73. Barca and Madrid second and third respectively, and 71. Barca have a game in hand. Crackers, your thoughts?
Barcelona. I think Barcelona go win the title. Reason being, the game in hand and the way them are play. Too much injury there, Madrid. Atletico come out and fight too much. Too much fighting, not for them football. Not physical fighting, but just them play. When you have a Barcelona come out and a dominate game and a score. With a game in hand, I see Barcelona win the title.
All right, cool. Pops, you want to add to that?
Too much. Madrid have too much. Real Madrid have too much injuries. Real Madrid have too much injuries to win the title. I don't think them can pull it off.
I think if Barca, well, the reality of it is, if Barca win all the games they have left, they are the champions. And as Crackers say,
let me say something real quick.
Yes.
Pops.
Yeah.
Mathematically, yes. So tell me something going on. Tell me something going on. Go on again.
Exactly. But the reality of it is that, as Cracker said, I don't think Real Madrid is playing right now to the level of to say they are on a consistent form. I think they are like a roller coaster. The Real Madrid of old, I think they are unpredictable. at this stage. You can expect a good game from them now, and then by the next 1-2 games, they really chop off the pace. And like last year, we at the end of the season, they would have went on a good run of form. This year, you can see like they are up and down, up and down. Atletico start out good somehow, maybe injury crisis a little bit, falter along the way. And I think it is who can manage the pressure more at this stage, which I don't. The truth is, the 3 teams in the run for now, it can go down anywhere because all 3 of them have been up and down through this season. And Mark, if Barca win the game, they have in hand. That will be the first time they'll be leading the league for the season. Yeah, but
Barcelona play Atletico Madrid May 8th.
Yeah.
Barcelona
exactly.
play Atletico Madrid May 8th. That's
So
where it's
by
going to come down to that game there.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to that game there. May 8th, Barcelona play Atletico Madrid at Barcelona.
But if my pick against maybe through my personal bias, because Barca is my team in a sense at Spain, I would say Barca.
Well, I don't understand how y'all can be talking with this surety about any of these teams. The one thing that they have all been this year is inconsistent.
That's exactly my point.
That's the only thing you can say about all of these Spanish teams. Atletico started out good and fall off again. Injury was a big thing. One thing we know, there's a coach in Spain who knows how to win finals.
Zidane.
And if you look at it this way, and this is how I look at it right now, they have 5 games to play, they have 5 finals to play. That's how Zidane is going to look at every one of these games. I've got 5 finals. This is not, if there are 10 games to play, I would have said, boy, Real Madrid don't have enough. They have 5 more games. Zidane is going to say, I've got 5 finals to play. And there's no other coach in the world I'd rather in a final than Zidane is done. No other coach.
But last year to what?
Blacks. So you're saying they more through the Champions League through the window then and focus on the league.
Listen me, Zidane know how to set up for these one-off situation, and me believe that all the games that's how they're gonna be. They're gonna seem as if they're one-off games. And I will not discount them. You know, I don't want them to win. I hate Real Madrid. It's a team. I can say this. I actually hate them.
Look at Greg. Look at Sportsweek's face. But I am saying, if last year Real Madrid got away with murder at the end of the season,
yes.
Hopefully, if the games go
which
straight
is also a case.
Exactly, they will not win.
All right.
So. Atletico out of the Champions League. Barcelona out of the Champions League. Atletico, Real Madrid have Chelsea to play twice. That are more games from the injuries than what them have, right? Them have Sevilla to play in the league. Them have Club Athletic to play in the league. And at the last day of the season, them have Villarreal to play in the league. Them have the busiest schedule and the biggest game them to play. I understand what you say about Zidane, but with the injuries where them have and all of them big, every game Real Madrid have a big game. The hardest game, Atletico, Barcelona are playing against themselves. So I think that's a way to go come down to for the title. I see Real Madrid pull it off with all of the games them with them have, especially midweek games against Chelsea and then playing on the weekend.
All right, let's hear from Real Madrid.
We see.
Boy, would you sound bad, man? Anyways, 2 weeks ago, before the Clasico, me tell Shane say, I think Real go beat Barca, but then Real go drop points to the small teams. You remember me say? Because that's real. You know, they will drop points to the small teams. Now, them games that we call out, crackers, the Seville, the Villarreal, the Bilbao, Madrid will beat them and beat them handsomely. Who they need to worry about is Osasuna and I think they have a Granada, the next small team they have. They have 2 small teams left on their schedule. as a Madrid fan, I them team me worry about. Osasuna and the next small team. You see me, Madrid go beat Villarreal. Whole Una Emery and boxing in their face. Remember, you know, Villarreal still not, well, Arsenal gonna knock them out of the Europa by that, but they're still in there. Bilbao, I don't want to say Madrid. Seville the same. You not talk about the injuries. Fede Valverde is still out. Ramos still out. Hazard is back in training. Actually, Hazard is fit for the Chelsea game.
Come, Greg, talk about something else. Don't tell us about Cinderella.
Yeah? So I feel like Hazard a come damage in World Club.
Where?
Anyway, we're not reach Champions League yet.
Yeah.
Like Crackers say, on paper, Barca have the easier schedule. You know, Barca have the easier schedule on paper because even Atletico have some challenging games leave to play. Because, I mean, who would have think Bilbao would have beat them yesterday? And Bilbao hold them and fix them. You know, so Barca have the easier schedule on paper. But they also have Valencia. Other than Atletico Madrid, they have Valencia to play as well. You know, and them teams are not playing nice when they forward to the big teams. Valencia and the Valencias, the Sevilles, the Villarreal, they're not like the big teams. I mean, Atletico have Sociedad left, who would have fight for Champions League spot. I think they are 15 at the table right now. So they want that spot there. So Real still out of it. You know, Real is a fighting team. I mean, Blackstar is like five finals. Unfortunately, though, I don't remember Zidane winning the Champions League and La Liga in the same season. He normally concentrates on one. You know, I don't remember him. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't remember since he's been there, them winning both in the same season. He normally,
Barca won 7 out of the last 10 La Liga, I think, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. So it has been a domination for Barca. But again, you know what? As I said, my point of view from the whole La Liga thing is that it's unpredictable. I don't see where we can call anything at all, any which way. Listen, Sevilla, you want to call them Sevilla. They are 3 points behind Atletico right now.
Yep.
It's not that they are out of it. That's if they're in the 4th place. Barca have a game in hand, but a game in hand doesn't mean nothing. You actually have to win the game in hand for you to actually get something out of it.
As Man U fans know.
Yes, exactly. You know? So if you look at it in that context, it's a wide open league, and it's finally there's some intrigue, not just with Barca and Madrid running down to the end of the league. I think Spain is gonna be another very, very interesting league to watch over the next 5 games that them have to play. No? It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Much better than the Premier League, which is becoming a farmers league.
I think Barca are gonna win it though. Even though I'm a Madrid fan, I think Barca are winning.
I think I'm gonna watch Barca Atletico. That game I go decide the title for me.
I want to Atletico beat them.
If them draw, Madrid gone with it. So what you say?
Suarez have something to prove as usual.
Is he gonna be back healthy?
That's Suarez injury, you know.
He was on the bench. He came off the bench last game.
But I mean, I don't think he's gonna be to full fitness.
By May 8th, that's a week and a half away. That's a whole lot of time. You know, all the hyena pops.
Messi go sweep mouth him. Messi go sweep mouth him.
All right, Bojo. But now not expand the La Liga.
Hey, quick question. The Barca game, that step there, I don't think a red card or because of Messi.
I didn't watch it.
You know, see it? Oh.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it, Bojo.
Or is that true?
Why you involved Messi and in step on him still no, but me I wonder if because him name Messi make them just
step on him na red card, Bojo.
So Bojo, what do you have to say, Bojo? Is it a red card, Bojo?
For me, yeah, but controversy.
Wait till you try me say then, Bojo.
Let's get a Cristiano Ronaldo fan over here.
Hey, I bet say if she did that on the live is a different conversation.
Yeah.
All right.
Me have a Damian.
Damian or Shade, yeah, would have a different conversation. Or maybe Kush. But anyways,
next.
enough about the league there. All right, we are going to do the cup final first or the Premier League.
The league. Quick and fast 3 games.
All right, Cracker, you have the floor. The first game of Arsenal.
Yeah.
Let me get that out of the way.
The one you want to get the one, love?
Yeah.
So like I really that down fire.
Oh.
Mm.
Watch the game. Again. When we break down the game, me feel like one of the biggest problem in that game there was the brother I want to have on the sideline we used to set up the cone them for Pep. Me feel like our biggest problem that we have because Nicolas Pepe playing on the side of the field when play upon was not to his strength. I feel like Nicolas Pepe would have better off over where Saka there and Saka there on the other side of the field. And then you would get the best out of him. But not only that, when him actually get the ball, him actually do something with it and the coach take him off of the field. So I feel like the biggest problem in that game there was the coach. Now Leno, what Leno do now, that never make no sense. But he come down to Uno again, selling the best keeper I want to have to Aston Villa and keeping Leno. But
Mind a business.
what I go say? Are the American one have the problem? Or are the coach? I one of them. Me not feel like are the team.
You know, watching that game, I remember we were talking about it on the blog. The fact that he played Saka on the right and Pepe on the left, to me was a bit refreshing.
Yeah.
It was a bit refreshing. I long for the days when you actually have a left winger who actually play on left and a right winger who actually play on right. Listen, man, I see Pepe. Right before I hear somebody say that Pepe was on the wrong side, Pepe went down the line. And it seems as if the defenders are so used to people cutting back in, and Pepe stayed line and crossed a ball right across the front of the goal, and there was no takers there. And more than once, I see Pepe put the ball in low across, and there was no takers.
All right. Stick
I think Arsenal can actually get a competitive advantage from playing Pepe on the left and keep Saka on the right. It probably going to take a little time to work it in, but I think that something is there.
More responsible.
Wait. Greg, did the Super League performance affect Arsenal? Because I figure from the pre-show you were talking about Super League. It affecting your team.
No, Super League performance no do not for them.
No. But that's what they must say.
When you have
based on the team, based on the game, still Arsenal at the better game.
But like me always say, when you have Pepe, where no care how Pepe go to the left, you cannot stop him. No care and go to the left, and he can kick the ball at the goal from the left like that, and you are gonna play him on the right, where it come down to him squaring the ball other than scoring. It make a big difference.
Can I add something now?
Yes, sir.
Go on.
All right. I'm agreeing with Blocks. You see, about 6 games ago, when he made that change, put Saka on the right and Pepe on the left, I think it was Tottenham game. Aubameyang wasn't playing. We had Lacazette through the middle. Listen, yes, he did have force Pepe to cross the ball. But with front three, they look very fluid there. You see me? Saka can do the same when Pepe do coming out. Well, he never beat as many people as Pepe beat. but Saka will cut in and kick. And Saka love kick more than Pepe. To be honest with you, Papa, Saka
he
love
did in that game when he shouldn't have. He kicked a few times in the game when he shouldn't have.
Yeah, him more inclined to shoot than Pepe. Pepe want beat you 5 times before you shoot. That's how Pepe needs to get right. But where the coach made the mistake was the striker that he started. If he had started Martinelli, you see then 3 ball away blocks the top was Pepe cross, Martinelli would have been attacking those. That's Martinelli. I mean, sometimes I wonder if he might try if he raise up Nketiah price by playing him and hope say score a few goals and in price tag can go. Why he plays him more than Martinelli? Because I just don't get it. That was the only.
Buju.
Eh?
Buju, you go to my empty glass every minute.
Perhaps I talk about football and a lot of people business. You only say man yard. Yeah, but that was the mistake that he made. Where I'm concerned, starting Nketiah over Martinelli. Pepe being on the left and Saka being on the right. We've played that quite a few since we started playing some decent football and winning some games. That's the formation that is used. The next thing though is you perhaps ask if the Super League thing affect the players. I mean, I'm still of the mindset that it did because Arsenal team didn't play up till the second half. First half they looked dull. They just weren't at the show. They weren't at the races, I should say.
Question, Greg. How many games from season Arsenal team show up? Will show up for the full game?
Mind what business. No, but honestly, I mean, we could put it on that, you know. But yeah, first half, Everton not playing nothing in that. Everton was garbage, but Arsenal just the same never play anything, you know. And boy, I never know some would have said we miss Shaka in the midfield. I didn't know the day would have come where they utter those words, because I'm probably Shaka's biggest critic as an Arsenal fan. But we're missing him in the midfield right now. And, you know, Partey about the first 5 pass, Everton players impossible. You know, passing was very poor. So, not much else to say for now. I mean, very disappointed with what Leno do. I could say probably referee made a few calls against, especially the penalty appeal that we had. But end of the day, we never deserve it. We never deserve not even a point. We never deserve it. Yeah.
Are we that drop on the 14th?
Huh?
When I drop on the 14th?
Listen to crackers. Well, we soon get to Tottenham, but anyways, I watched the game and Blacks, that was me on the blog who pointed out that Pepe was on the wrong side. I don't agree with playing Pepe on the left. I believe in playing the players in the best position. That's the way you get the best out of each player. Yes, him can play other position, but you play the players in them correct position. That was poor from Leno. McCann beat Shaka for the goal. He's not a left back. We know him slow. So Danny Ceballos just need to go back to Real Madrid. Him not even have to finish the rest of the season. Party was poor. The team was just poor. I don't have a lot to say. You know?
Super League. The team was just Super League.
But Bojo, you see, Bojo, you see the same thing I say in this game. Not having Tierney as a left back. Who is gonna go down the line? Who is gonna stretch the field? Who is gonna keep the field, keep defenders honest? If you don't play Pepe on the left side, because you know when Saka is over there, he's gonna cut in. So that is actually making the field much more compact, because now you have everybody trying to go in. And if you don't have Tierney, who is the person who overlaps and go past the person at the front and square those balls in. You have to put a natural left-footed player on the left. So I don't think the coach had a choice in that, in putting Pepe over there. Because if not, you will never get a square from the left side. Because Shaka, as you say, is not a natural left-footed left back. You know, that's not his game.
He's not.
Exactly.
Blacks. He's not. But watch here. We have Cedric who play left back for and done fairly well.
Not a natural left back either.
He's not, but he play fairly well. Why not put Shaka in an original position in the midfield and play Cedric a left back? What do you do so wrong make him can't get back a game? And him did play well what day? These are the inconsistency.
But have to blame Shaka for the goal. Have to blame the coach because look how the man pass Shaka easy go round. The man pass Shaka like he not dead, you know. Shaka not even put no effort in attack of the man, you know. And you play wing back. Call him and take a yellow card.
In the box.
Budgie, if you go talk about the left back,
and then I box man beat him.
The man have Chambers that play right back and have to right back on the bench, even though Bellerin not good, but Cedric whenever he plays right back.
Oh, for real?
He has a standout game. And the man have Cedric on the bench and have Callum Chambers as centre back and play right back.
That's why I don't understand what's up with this coach, but can we move past this game, please and thanks?
Saturday morning early.
Huh?
Saturday morning early.
Liverpool did not deserve.
The Red Army.
I'm gonna be honest. Liverpool don't deserve to be in the Champions League. Those were the famous words.
Play the voice note, no? Play the voice note.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody say Liverpool forward them just not upon farm, brother. Somebody said in our chat the other day. Liverpool first half, the game should at least be 5-love.
Well,
easily 5-love first half.
Jiggy say all the time.
Easily, the game should easily be 5-love. I mean, you get so much chances than to score. Football very unforgiving, you know. Where you think about Butcher? Where you think about the handball? Where them call for the first goal? Where them
robbery.
Straight robbery. But you can't say
robbery.
No way that can be handball. The man hand upon his body.
Robbery.
You know, funny enough, they call that, but yesterday in a Man U game, which game yesterday we see a handball supposed to call where them said the defender hand was by his side.
Yeah, it was against Shaw.
Was against Lucia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a call. I mean, I say, what's the difference between
the
that
rules are different though? No, the rules are different. One, I don't believe the goal should have been called back. I believe it should have been a goal. But the rules are different. The part of the rule is what they say is that as long as the ball hit the offensive player's hand and it leads directly to the goal, the offensive player cannot get an advantage from the ball hitting his hand. They use a different interpretation from a defensive player where they're saying if his hand was in a natural position or he was falling down and so forth and the ball hit his hand, he will not be penalized for it. So, and that's just the rules. Again, I don't agree with it. And I think next year they're gonna change the rules. But again, it still won't change because next year the rule what they're saying is that if that ball hit Callum Wilson's hand and one of his teammates then go ahead and score, then they will allow it. But if he is the one who scored the goal, they're saying that he gets an advantage from the ball hitting his hand. That's just what the rule is saying.
In teammates, I get advantage, so what the big difference?
But they're saying that it was an unintended consequence in that case. And it was not directly leading to the goal. I'm just going by what I've heard. Referee.
You pay attention here, the English student.
I'm just going by what I hear the referee explain. On to the game. Well, we talk about I've been singing this thing now from 10 games out. So Liverpool is gonna win all of them, and we're gonna make it to the top 4. I've seen where we should have won all of them. We also have been talking from the beginning of the year, and like Mr. Dalrymple talk about, we were missing Van Dijk and we're missing Gomez and we're missing all these defenders. Liverpool have not missed any of the defenders. What Liverpool has done, we have missed goals.
Yeah.
We have not scored goals. That's what we have missed. Nothing about defenders. We are not scoring goals. Mane is having his worst season since he has joined Liverpool. Firmino is having his worst season since he has joined Liverpool. Salah is scoring some goals, and thank God for it. But he missed more goals than, I don't know. Not in flavor.
This is Salah's worst season since Chelsea selling.
It's actually one of
his performances have been
saying horrible. That is his worst. The man scored 29 goals in all competitions so far this year. He is scoring some goals, but
at what ratio?
But the ratio, for example, since he started of the year, Liverpool has had 146 shots at Anfield. 146. We have scored 4 goals. 146 shots, 4 goals. That's what we have scored.
For 2021?
For 2021. That's what we have done at Anfield so far.
Pretty good.
That's the problem. You know, they talk about all the youngsters in defense and all these different things. Listen to me. Losing, when you give up 1 goal, you're not supposed to lose the game. Because you should be able to score more than 1 goal. I was talking while the game was going on, and the black, and I was going over and over. This game will not end 1-0. That means if Liverpool don't score, it's either Liverpool going to lose, which they should have, our game is going to draw. You know? But it wasn't going to end 1-0, and it didn't. We had chances upon chances upon chances to put the game away, and we just didn't. And if you don't score goals, you don't deserve to win games, and you don't deserve to make it to Europe. You can't be living like this, man.
Like I said, halftime it should be 5-0 Liverpool.
That was just upset. So you don't ask me no other game, because after that game, I just didn't watch any more game for the rest of the weekend. I watch TV, watch Marvel, I watch Avengers, Endgame, and Infinity War, and everything else. I don't watch no more football.
But I heard
after you made such a bold statement, I wouldn't watch anymore. You said Liverpool was gonna win every single game.
Well, what was his prediction for that game?
2-1.
Oh, he did say 2-1. But me and Buju pick draw.
Yeah, I'm Buju an idiot. Oh yeah, actually, my brothers that actually I was watching IPL. Actually, I didn't watch any football after that. I watched IPL. I watched cricket.
You watch Galen win a match?
Actually, I didn't watch his game.
Yeah.
All right. Since we got
Chelsea sponsor from them beat, and it's been a wrap. Not calling him.
Since we got Soji in the chat room, Chelsea West Ham. I thought this game was gonna be much more. I was expecting more goals, but anyway, I think I picked.
I was expecting Chelsea to beat them by 3, at least 3 goals. And after Timo Werner finally get the donkey off him back.
Yeah.
And a monkey that a big animal in my care for all this time. The dog get one easier chance. I mean, he might God alone, but probably God tackle him.
Jesus saves, buddy. Jesus saves.
That was Jesus gave the word. But yeah, man, Chelsea, as usual, you know, like I said, from Tuchel forward. Are you the type, Bojo, that your issue would be Lampard would assemble a good team and then one sensible coach forward and could take it over?
I didn't say that was my fear.
Exactly. Yeah, I will talk about Crackers.
Huh?
Did you see George in your comments?
Yeah, about Lampard.
Style Lampard.
But it's facts.
Skip some classes.
But it's facts though.
Yeah, but you can't say that about the Chelsea legend.
But he wasn't talking about him as a player.
Him better make sure so him not cast them a game before the season end. He's not gonna hear the end of it. Chelsea fans are very unforgiving.
Well, the good thing that none of them are in the stands, so these racist people can't be doing anything.
They can meet him outside. If you let them blacky bus over there and a Peter check out, they go beg them to let in the bus. Soldier says a gorilla way of running back, King Kong. But yeah, Chelsea balling. Let me say, in the pre-game show that we have done, West Ham without a striker, we not see them at trouble Chelsea. I just did not see that. You know? Probably that's where Allardyce, Moyes need to go invest in the summer. He probably need to go buy a striker because Antonio, the way he's built and the way he plays, he is prone to muscular injuries. I didn't say it earlier too. I say Antonio that he had 15 games in a row. Just not happen. You know?
Antonio is a wing back.
Yeah?
Antonio is a wing back.
And that him start out as, actually. You know? That him
just push him forward and then keep him up there because I'm working with. But Antonio, I still see him as a wing back. I still don't see him as a forward.
Yeah. He don't have a skill set as a forward for sure.
That's where I think Jamaica will play him.
Well, wing back?
No,
sir. Yeah, man. You want the Kingston fans, them are the outsider St. James fans, them kill Tapper. They have big coach, you know. Yeah. But yeah, man, it was game went kind of boring if you ask me. Because West Ham never really do much. You know.
What do you think about the red card in that game then? Was that a red card?
Bridget, even today I watch it over again, and unless the referee read in mind and say there was something intention, like you can't say because there see no action there, so unless there was an argument on the field, like one of the commentators said from I think a B team is watching. One of the commentators said unless there was some argument going on between them and the ref overheard something between them. And that's why he would have watched the video and then
give them a red card.
Yeah, because when you're clear ball, you're gonna follow through. And it's not like you follow through and then step. You never see a step in action and that. It's just the follow through catch him. So I don't see how that is a red card. Trust me.
Not a red card in my book. Sorry.
What me hear about it is you still VAR tell us if you're gonna look on the screen and you still gonna look on the screen and make a decision like that. You're gonna look on the screen and still make a decision like that. That's what me can't understand. It's like me not feel like me and him did watch the same thing. Team screen was different from what me did watch.
So I don't remember who, but somebody make a comment one time and I laugh and say it funny, but then me think about it. Them said the referees that ref in the RSPL are better than the referees in England.
You don't know who they ref in the RSPL. Bojo, when I used to watch Jamaica Premier League, it was Clayton Solomon and Peter Prendergast. Them. You don't know who I refer here.
Parchment.
Indigo World Cup.
Imbo Gold Cup.
World Cup.
World Cup.
Who was the one after Prendergast that he went to a World Cup to?
I don't remember his name, but I think I know who you're talking.
Yeah, it was the top referee after Prendergast. Anyway, enough for that.
Yeah.
Pops, you know about the Chelsea game?
Enough for Chelsea, huh? Or Pops?
Pops, now what you say?
No, I never watched that game.
Sure. Sorry.
All right.
All right then, Bush. Next one, if you
we're gonna feel good about that one then because
just him going to paper as soon as they talk about it.
Sheffield, yeah, because he called Sheffield. Sheffield.
Soldier call it to actually Soldier said my goal is gonna score a hat-trick. Soldier, big up on one there. Yo, me tell you that they are playing with freedom.
Greg, your relative. So just say me your relative.
Alex says that first and Koji fella. You're not reading comments, yo.
But yeah, back to the game. Back to the game.
Me tell you no say Sheffield I play with freedom now. Them already relegated. They're not play for.
Do we have to talk about this? One is in last
place. Yes, it was actually a good game. You didn't watch it?
No.
Oh, Liverpool had your heart broken. My bad. And funny enough, they got more chances too. You know, Brighton got chances as well, but it was a watchable game. I mean, to be honest, all the games in this weekend, surprisingly, except the Arsenal game, all the other games were watchable. Eh?
Lie. Man U game wasn't watchable.
Oh, me drop asleep on that. My bad.
Hey,
I fell asleep on that game, sir. My apologies.
You know,
but yeah.
Go on, Greg. Go on.
Sheffield, I mean, the coach play what Blackstone ball on him.
Brewster.
They play him half of my goal just a little, and it helped. You know, it worked for them because my goal just get fed up there and I hold up the ball. You know, I do the dirty work while he was being more of a playmaker. And like I said, they had more chances. Brighton had chances as well too. Which, you know, that is Brighton. They're going to create chances. But Neil Maupay, he only had for Arsenal. He can't really score by nobody else or by nobody else. But it was a good game. It was a watchable game. If you never watch it, go back watch it over. And, yeah, Sheffield.
Anybody else want to add to that? Because
no.
Really? I'm disappointed.
Disappointed. Huh?
Bring in Soldier, because Soldier.
Yeah, add nobody else, Mario.
Kick off Crackers or Pops. I'm bringing Soldier.
So
when the game I go and miss me have a missed call from Soldier, and later I check me have voice note. See me tell you, my goal judge. So me know you want the game.
That one here, surprise, big surprise.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, Burnley slap up Wolves.
I don't think anybody picked.
That surprised everybody.
No, actually, a few people picked Burnley to win, right?
Huh?
There were a few people that picked Burnley to win. Not by that margin, but well, I'm trying to feel like. Actually, I'm the only person to pick. No, I lied. Shane and Blacks picked Burnley for win, but was close margins 2-1.
Well, I think one thing I remember saying is that this is a dead rubber game. None of these teams really have much to play for right now. They are not gonna get dropped, and they're not gonna make it do anything at all in terms of climbing up the chart. So anything can happen in these games. You know, it's which team come out and either take their chances or who is a bit more motivated on that day. And clearly, Burnley was motivated, and Chris Wood took his chances. You know, so games like this, like I hate these middle of the pack games because they sometimes end up you don't know where you're gonna get. You don't know where you're gonna get because a team that they are not fighting relegation, but they are not really fighting to get into Europe or to anything at all like that anymore. Then what are they really playing for? You know, they're just going through the motions. And clearly, the Wolves players are just going through the motions. They're thinking about vacation. They're planning to go to Ibiza and are trying to figure out where in Europe they don't have to quarantine and then can party. That's all they're thinking about right now.
I don't know why you want Jiggy a drink, you know. I remember Jiggy found on the chat and talking about these players gonna go home and have sex with their wife, and what that have to do with nothing with football?
Listen, man, them right now, Wolves players are checked out. And it look like even their coach is starting to get checked out. I think he's probably looking for a new challenge right now. He probably end up go to Spurs. Where's the Crackers? And go take Wolves coach?
Would I take him? Right now, would I take him, brother? have to do something.
See, Greg, you see that comment here? Matt Neal is eligible to play for Jamaica.
I may not respond to. Me know, but me not pay much mind. He was a good baller, and he already in England setup.
All right, and we move on.
Why do you never play the Euro qualifiers under 21? He was a part of that team. And them tend to keep them players there close. Any players we see them having them set up there, they tend to keep them close. So I'm not so sure about that. Now you're talking about Wolves manager. I don't know where he's going if I'm contract up and he not re-sign yet or what, but them are look for replacements already. They have been looking for replacements for him quite a few games. I mean, a couple months now, and it's been mainly Portuguese managers. As a matter of fact, I think them name calling it. Sorry. Yeah, well, sorry name call for them and Tottenham actually, but yes, sorry name call for them. And there's another Portuguese coach, I think Pereira. But yeah, so I don't know what is going on there, but they have been looking at replacements for him. So he might be leaving for real, but I don't know if that have anything to do with it. But Wolves seem to lose their edge. You know? I guess if I pass, we should make it. Sorry, sir. I guess the fact that they already realized that they're not going to make Europe and they're not getting relegated. You know, unlike a Burnley and them other team there who just want to come out, come play, and then go still give it their all. It seems like Wolves just have got through the paces. Probably Jiggy was right, you know. Wolves players just want a vacation forward. If then go to Ibiza and go chill on the beach.
Pops, go ahead.
Wolves seems to be falling away. like some bigger animal they take away the pack. But if you're not careful next year, they will fight in relegation. But the next year, if you're not careful, you know. Because from last season to this season, they have been really falling down the pecking order.
Yeah, B come make a comment say Liverpool has taken the best thing from Wolves and them are progressing.
That is why you always build a team, not a player. That is why you build a team, not a player.
The truth is, Liverpool always do that. They just go around and rob from the poor. Like seriously, bro.
The truth is, we all know that the issue with Wolves is from they lost their centre forward. From the last Jimenez, that's what messed up their entire team, and because they do not have a replacement. Everybody they have tried have been terrible in that position.
Didn't they sign
when Jimenez not played good last year? They had Jota to rely on.
Again, you know? They get $45 million for Jota. That's more than what anybody thought they would have got for that player. You know?
Should have gotten 16. The way we see him perform for Liverpool now.
Well, he didn't perform in the last game. He was there missing the goals just like Mane and Salah, just the same way. So he got a beautiful one. He should have put in the back of the net and he kick it away.
And they might influence the ball, man.
You know, but as I said, middle of the table, with nothing to play for, it's hard to get motivated. And with you have things about your coach, they're going on back and forth. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. And this season again, and this is also no crowd. You know, if they had their fans there, or if they have opposing fans, you know, that can then build up your emotions and make you play one certain kind of way. Right now, it's hard. It's like training. Is that there? Right, with no fans in the stand, nothing real to play for. It's just like going to training every day when they go out and play these games. Yeah, you can have more TV, camera, and whatever. And it's so nice when that we watch it and when that we look at it. It looks like we're actually watching the real thing. But picture them from their perspective with nothing to play for. On a pitch, big stadium, nobody's around really. And they say go out and play and do all of these things. It's just not going to happen.
And Muslim man can't do nothing at all. Muslim man jump in a wall.
Well, I think Arsenal should buy him.
Style, I try style we.
Nah, man, we can buy him and then sell him to Liverpool like that.
All right. Anyways, Pop, you want to talk about your game?
Please.
Let me first. Let me first say I am very disappointed. I have high hopes in this game. I thought it was gonna be a thriller. End-to-end stuff goes here, goes there.
Where I say 6-5 goal scoreline.
The sleep played a big part. Okay, I can say.
All right.
6. You don't look at 6-5 scoreline.
Me did actually say 4-3 or something like that, or 3-2.
For an $80 million defender, you see, and the captain. For an $80 million defender and the captain, I don't think our coach, our PE teacher, trust his backline. I trust the defenders. You know why? Every game he has to have 2 defense midfielders to protect the defenders, and it makes no sense. Every game, so instead of getting an extra thing going forward, you think more not to concede than go score goal. As Blacks pointed out in the pre-show, Leeds scored 50 goals and concede 50. The first team to contribute to 100 goals at the end of the pitch, but yet still our coach chose to go out there. It took the coach 76 minutes to make a change, to put on Pogba. 80 minutes to put on Cavani, who has been scoring regular of lately. Simple tells me the coach want to win games. The coach should just never want to win.
Never want to lose the game.
No, I think he was more playing not to lose than to win, or he was more protecting his away. He was more protecting his away losing streak. You can't say better. I think he went out there protecting his away losing streak than playing to win to close out the second place. Poor man, poor. It is full time. If you have a captain and 8 million defender, you need to start trust him. You can't play every game you play. You have 2 holding midfielders every game. It makes no sense at all. Makes no sense. And hence we are in this far off from City. Because some of the teams that we believe we shall go out and kill, we just go, they play not to lose than to win. Yes, kill. Yes. Big is not here. Big is never. But seriously, very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Poor game, poor show. And again, to me, the coach and his team selection was the major contributing factor.
Pops, come on and say on the center backs have no pace. That's why I'm playing like that. We don't have a fast Eric Riley pan.
Exactly.
Huh?
What should I talk about centre backs now have pace? They have Bayi on the bench.
Exactly.
Or just signing back him a new contract.
That's the problem. They weren't playing him until he gets his new contract.
Whose fault is that? How long now is he coaching? If that is the case, why you get a pace centre back then? If you don't want to use Bayi, then it makes no sense. Play to your strength. Play to your strength. You have some of the fastest attackers in the league. Why not go out to score 3 and 4 goals when you play that to concede goals? Make no sense.
Buju, quickly, as me and Pops talk about the substitution them how they make late. Did you see Arteta when he make his subs them? Just he want to bring Willian in game. He sent Saka go play right back.
Yep.
I mean that was another blunder from him. But anyway, we pass that long time. Me know Soldier will why about Arsenal game, but we pass that long time. Alright, as for the Man U game, when we see the starting lineup, like really? You have to say, brother, you're afraid of Leeds. Afraid of Leeds, you know. Because we all know the Leeds go forward after. But Pogba...
Yeah, man, afraid of Leeds.
Eh?
Afraid of Leeds.
Him said
afraid of Leeds, man.
Yeah.
Afraid of Leeds, man.
Pogba being on a fine form, fine run of games, and you're not start the man.
Cavani too.
Right. And then it's like him trying to see the formation, you know, so him a plan to sit back and then try counter. That's the only reason you're going to start Daniel James.
Now I'm going for the show the lawsuit, which part the transgender them can run in a girl them sport. So you know,
Crackers, mute your mic.
Crackers,
My bad.
Yeah, but the man start Daniel James. Before he play Rashford over there, I'll start Cavani as striker. He start Daniel James. Yeah, no problem with me as start. But come on now, man. Make the game exciting, make the game entertaining. But like you say, you might try hold on for the second spot. You know, I lose it, you know, I drop the points. So he start in two best defensive midfielders. I mean, probably not two best midfielders.
How was he trying to hold on to the away, the 20, how many games unbeaten away? Maybe he's going to have the Arsenal record. Maybe he's going to have the Arsenal record.
Somebody can't have a record, Pops.
The away record.
Oh, I don't know if we have an away record. I'm not sure.
Man. I think we're going to go maybe 29 or something like that. So some games. Yeah, away.
Didn't realize. I saw me know you're a secret Arsenal fan, you know, but appreciate it. Now, Bojo, anyways, Black, you talk about the match already?
I don't want to say anything at all about that match. It's Manchester United. I don't like them. I was thinking it would have been a high scoring game. But I'm almost sure that also said, what will Ole go there and try to do? You know, is he just gonna sit back and try to counter attack, which is what he end up doing, and you get that ugly looking thing of a game. Manchester United need a.
Me pick Leeds to beat them. I'm the only person pick Leeds to beat them. Man.
I thought United would have won because again, I knew he was probably gonna sit back. I think I said 3-1, right? Is that what I said? I knew he was gonna sit back, but Leeds. Actually, you know the thing about this, what people don't give enough credit. Leeds has been playing much better defensively in some of these games recently. And they gave a whole lot of goals, but they have been tightening up a little bit defensively. And in this last game, you know, and even in the City game,
their goalkeeper doesn't get the amount of credit he's supposed to get. And he's like, I think he's 18 or 19. He's a very young kid.
I think he's 20. I think he's 20. But he's young. He's young, you know. He's a young keeper. But the beginning of the season, he was terrible. That's the only way I could describe him. But now he's a much better goalkeeper. You can see that the defense on a whole has been much better in the last 10 games compared to what they were doing before. You know? So,
I would be surprised if France bring him the Euros.
Well, I would rather bring him bring the Tottenham coach. The Tottenham, well, he might coach sometime. Right, well, he's all on the coach, right? You know, I would rather bring him
You know nothing about yesterday.
Huh?
You see something from Amares? I'll kick something from Wheel, Bojo. Where you always fly back. Actually, see of two. You see of one for Amares and
Loris see a whole heap.
Yeah. But I talk about one him where the destiny. Like the Mares curl, I don't know how you pick that out.
All right, takeaways from the game, right? Greg, you are the manager at Arsenal Football Club. Would you sign Calvin Phillips?
Bojo, friend of mine, their championship, me I say we sign him.
I must send a midfielder who want Arsenal.
No worry about
actually, we don't have enough. We only have Partey and Shaka.
We only have Partey.
Eh?
We only have Partey.
Ceballos we not own. He's on loan and he's not consistent. We only have Partey and Shaka.
Yo, the youth there, Calvin Phillips are quality.
Me say, not this season. You see this season when them fail to get promoted, from them time them I watch him and I say, yo, that youth are bad. You know, it was him and there was this other player, I think, at Nottingham named Aribo. Them two players that I look at and I say, yo, if Arsenal smart, then go the championship and go bring up them two players.
Oh, we reach back to Arsenal conversation that we're talking about Leeds and Manchester United.
All right, would you sign Calvin Phillips at Liverpool?
No.
Pops.
Yeah.
The fact that you have the great Brazilian Fred and you have Scott McTino.
McTominay.
Would you sign Calvin Phillips?
Yeah.
Okay, Blacks. Can't go with a bad man self. You then lose Genie. Henderson is not as young as he once was. Don't have the legs like he once did. Milner just step on the books. And you want to tell me say you would have signed Calvin Phillips.
Platinum feelings.
I don't think it's not what we need. So I wouldn't be looking at him right now.
One player in a Liverpool midfield, me could have maybe say they on par with him and is Fabinho.
Yeah.
No Liverpool and a midfielder.
You know exactly what you're saying about Calvin Phillips right now. I remember last year them saying about Neves. He's better than everybody in Liverpool midfield and all them type of stuff there. Ruben Neves. And right now he fall off just the same way.
Well,
that you can't even find him. I'm just saying, I've heard this all before. I've heard this all before. That this is. Yeah, I remember having the same conversation about Ruben Neves last year.
Yeah, the thing is, Neves right now in the Wolves, they are playing R2 where not really helping. Probably me are the person. I know who will pass somebody. Me are the person because me always a big up Neves. Running killer of Chelsea when in the Porto, me always a big him up. You know, it's a midfielder where me rate. But the two, why Mafia do so much work, you know, really help work feed. He's not the runner like, I mean, Neves wouldn't fit Liverpool midfield. Let me get that out there.
But that's not what they put on as last year.
To play a club system, Neves wouldn't fit. But Calvin Phillips, the kind of midfielder he is, yes. Definitely yes. And I wouldn't be surprised if City not going to try poach him.
So you say it could be a good replacement.
With Fernandinho moving on, I wouldn't be surprised if City not going to try poach him. Trust me. Oh, and the next thing. Hold on, Buju, before you move on. The next thing about Leeds. Why name only depend on a year contract, you know? Because supposedly he only signed 1 year contracts. Who? The manager.
Really?
Yes. Yes, I does not sign more than a year contracts. And he does not renew until after the season over. So right now, Leeds owners don't even know if my plan to stay or my plan to move on. So can you imagine Bielsa moving on? What would happen with some of those players? You know?
I see Leeds linked to Tagliafico from the left back there from
Argentina.
Don't
know Ajax.
Yeah.
That's who Arsenal should have got. Yeah, of course I'm a baller. Bad baller.
All right, anyway, we shall move on.
Yes, sir.
Villa Bram, a good game this.
Me and Buju alone say Villa go win this. The other man them say draw. Wanna see draw in this? Which part of this a game I know did see draw?
Well, what happened? Did it draw?
Yeah,
no, Villa win 2-1.
Villa win 2-2.
Oh, Villa win.
Villa win 2-2, you mean?
West Brom get them to kill them. My bad. Because the West Brom get the man to kill them. And Villa. Oh, well, the West Brom did a lead, right?
Yeah, West Brom did a lead.
Yeah. But I don't think I mean, I must give the man in game, man. Supposed to be the leader around there. And I almost give it but
basic school era them from Mings. And him I wanna I wanna always say yo, him forget pick over Maguire. And then him go do this and make me look like say yo, Jano star.
But that no mean say Maguire better than him.
Bush better than that. Maguire can get pick over Maguire. Anybody can get pick over Maguire.
I mean, like, you can't disrespect Maguire at United, you know. You no need to have more respect, you know. And it seems like these Liverpool fan who they
Put it
disrespect
on the
money.
show. Maguire will go down in my history book as the worst ever playing captain for Manchester United. And when he win 10,000 trophy,
well, that won't happen. That part won't happen.
He will be the worst ever playing captain.
I don't even know what trophy.
But winning trophies won't happen. So you can get rid of that part.
What is
the worst ever playing captain, man. That man, he will be Maguire.
Shatta say if Bielsa leave Leeds, you forget all the job.
What you mean? Where am I talking about?
Bielsa is an unruly coach. Bielsa not gonna take manual job. Bielsa not take jobs where them dictate what him do.
Yeah, them man they are bad man. Them man they take that, brother.
Yeah, man.
Them man they take that.
It not gonna happen, brother. You see, Leeds will get promoted already, you know. And man, I play, I think a derby, and I play our semi-finals, and a Leeds player score when a derby player went down. And the man tell them, say, yo, when the kick off, let them go score, man.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and the Leeds player, them have to loud derby player if you play and go score back, and then get knocked out. You know?
Principles, man.
Kind of rhythm.
Principle, huh?
Yeah, old school. Not for the big coaches them talk about him, because they're like him only for them learn from. Poch, Simeone, only for the Argentine coaches them.
Me lose respect for him after the Argentina job. So
I mean, Bojo, me lose respect for every Argentina coach after Argentina job. Even the great Diego Maradona.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you.
Even Diego Maradona, Bielsa, Passarella. You have one where they coach Colombia now.
Yeah, that one sell me out.
Yeah, man.
That one sell me out big time.
We lose respect for all of them.
Right, come on in name. You can pick a man or something like I say name.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, the game, it was a good game. West Brom, they still are trying to stay up, but it look like this for them now. One thing.
Me did really get them already. Remember, I said we did really get 3 teams already, you know.
Yeah, but me did still have hopes West Brom.
No, because a period, you want period stay, you baller.
And Niles over there, you know. But yeah, I this for them. Them did a try pull off a thing. They would have actually gone level points with Fulham, you know, but probably still don't help them because Brighton never 6 points above them, Brighton there. So probably still wouldn't avail them. But they come out and give a good account for themselves. You know. I wish we did have them for the next 5 games because them probably would have just
3 points in the look.
I mean, but yeah, it was a watchable game. You know, Villa, as usual, dominate the game. But like we said, West Brom still come out and play some ball and get a chance. But that shit went the 90th. You know, typical of their season.
No quality, low quality. Anyways, the today game.
You might know. I muted Sam there.
Now, I was just saying I'm happy that West Brom is going to be relegated. I don't like them. They should be relegated. Big Sam, I want him to get out of here. Get him out.
You want any team will beat Liverpool to get relegated?
Well, they come back and play some. Well, hey man, they were the ones who came and mess up our nice record at Anfield. Hey man, get them out of here.
And from there downhill.
Yeah, and they get relegated. They think they can this Liverpool and don't get relegated. Straight relegation.
All right, moving on to today game. Leicester. Not gonna say rescue, but them forward from behind and win the game. Inacho in fine form.
Yeah. Me and Jiggy said today, he need to do it more consistently. I have to remind him, so when they out there City, the few games them, and see, this is what I mean, like when people go up on Google and go look up them stats, they might say 14 goals in 70-something games. Then I realize, probably 50 of those games, he was coming off the bench probably 10-15 minutes.
Greg, Damon is not on the chat, please.
And then let me out for this. No, Damien, I'm a friend.
A shatter. See, Kemar Brown, I him when bring up that stat, so you can say
him and Jiggy, you know.
yeah.
But yeah, the youth. I mean, after Pep forward, I Pep sell him.
I think so, yeah.
I think Pep sell him, yeah, man.
Pep sell him, yeah.
Yeah, but after Pep forward, it's like he was not Pep kind of striker, so you know the game time got even worse. Before that, he had to be competing with Edin Dzeko, Aguero, and I don't remember which other striker was there for game time. That was hard on him, you know. But in this still doing look at thing when he forward and to the field. But now him in a system where he's been trusted. I mean, Brendan, instead of playing either him or Vardy, he play both of them now. He changed his system and I play both of them. And Shatta say no Googling go. He might play both of them and it work. Actually, it work more in favor of Iñárritu. Even though to them is to the man lay on about 4 assists. Him give Perez 1 and him give Vardy about 3. And none of them could have scored. You know, so he's not just looking to score for himself. He's also assist. Actually, he got an assist for the Castagne goal as well. But his goal was brilliant. I try to remember who kicked the ball like that with look like no backlift because he never used much backlift in the shot. You know, if the ball right like that, he take a whole lot to score a goal like that. You know, but yeah, Rogers. It will be good to see what he does in the Champions League. Hopefully, Leicester give him some money to spend. Many people are talking about him possibly going to Tottenham. I don't see that happening. The facility that they built at Leicester, he ordered that built, and you can see that he did that with a long-term plan in place. Like he plans to be there for a while. So unless Man U will go knock on him door, or Liverpool will knock on him door, and then return.
We should I do?
I don't see him going to Tottenham. Not from Leicester to Tottenham when he's in the middle of a project. I want to see what he does in the Champions League. Like I said, hopefully the owners give him some money to spend in the window, strengthen his team some more, and let's see what they do in the Champions League next year. But yeah, good game from them today. Oh, by the way, we like the fact that Palace actually come out and play some ball today. You know,
and Arsenal chase after score.
Oh, Za. You know, so right now I'm ready to look for more than him though.
Oh, Eze.
Yeah, man, right now I'm ready Eze more than him. You know? But yeah, it was a good game because yeah, Palace never just forward out and go through the paces like Wolves. They actually play ball. Pops are flying and doing here.
Anyway, question here. Gary never make a statement. I don't know if that Man City might say that Pep is the greatest coach of all time in the Premier League.
Did he? I didn't see the full statement, but the statement to me sounds as if Gary Neville was saying that.
No, yeah, that's a Gary Neville made the statement. Says, I think Man City may have the greatest coach of all time.
Okay.
The greatest.
And you just lost your mind when you heard that, eh?
The greatest Man City coach or the greatest Premier League coach?
Premier League.
Just said Man City may have the greatest manager of all time.
Who said that?
Gary Neville.
Never. Gary Neville.
Hold
on.
So, I don't know if it's right this statement because Pops in a year. Shut up, finish time. Pass. Let me see what
I think Man City may have the greatest manager of all time. That is a statement.
Greatest Man City manager, I mean, man.
Well, that me they say.
Not somebody that play for Fergie. There's no way he would have. Fergie can still beat them in a man. You know, they're not too big enough if Fergie beat them in a. Or probably gonna say, yo, me a madman for say this, but I don't even think. I mean, what we see Wenger work with and what Wenger did. Me not even gonna give him the props of Wenger in this league. You mad? No man. Not even when Dalglish the Liverpool. Not the second fouling of Dalglish the first time. You know, when him did that doing thing. Not even then. Not even the Dalglish then. Because Dalglish back then did have Liverpool play some beautiful stuff. You know, and I win in a Europe and the league. So yeah, he might the greatest City coach, but not the greatest Premier League coach ever. He can't even win a treble. I win, man.
You can't even win Champions League with City.
And Giggs will not be coaching at the Euros.
Well, Giggs should not be coaching. That man have some mental issues.
He's been suspended?
Yeah.
They them charge him for some woman abuse.
So when he can't get him brother woman, he just go and beat up woman. I tell you.
All right.
He just tarnishing career, boy.
All right, quickly, 15 minutes before close.
What? So we have 5 minutes for Tottenham game?
Yes, man. That's enough.
See, I don't even remember that. But I got to talk about King Henry and Shearer. But anyways, and Crackers are gone. Can't even get to talk about Tottenham.
Yeah, man.
That's
Like
the coach, the and a PE teacher them have manual PE teacher. So what them have?
Junior varsity.
No man, the substitute teacher.
Yeah.
The substitute teacher we Tottenham have.
Yeah.
There's no way even if you make Hurricane play so long. I mean, when you take off Lucas Moura, who was your biggest offensive threat, I leave Kane out there. Leave even son, because our son are the front with their ball, you know. I play the ball, I want to have ball.
You're the one that cries at you.
Yeah, big old soldier, eh? Soldier, 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 them not cry.
It's soldier way.
Paper soldier, that man.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, he put out a good team out there. I can't knock him for that. Put out a decent team out there. They were supposed, even though I don't see why you go play Winks and Lo Celso in a midfield against a City midfield. You know, he should have started either Sissoko or Ndombele over one of those two. Probably even both of them. You know, probably bring Lo Celso off the bench because he have some creativity. You know, if they try to get something late in that game, you can bring him in. He should have, yeah, more than likely should have started Sissoko, Ndombele, and Heiberg in that midfield. That's a game where he should have pulled a Mourinho and go with that, a 3 defensive midfield. And midfielders who are athletic and physical against a City midfield. That's probably, but Harry Winks don't pass back the ball game Alderweireld and Eric Dyer. If we try and make the passes them upfield. You know? I mean, this kid haven't played in forever. And all of a sudden, because you want to prove, say, your academy products them good and you change your system from Mourinho, you're forwarding and starting in your biggest game since the Champions League finals. I mean, come on. He made some rookie mistakes, but I actually expected City to beat them.
Isn't he a rookie? Isn't he a rookie? He make rookie mistake. He's a rookie.
Yeah, right now I feel like I should have get my license.
Well, looking at that game, the fact of the matter is Tottenham didn't touch the ball. City had the ball. I know this possession stats says 60-something% or whatever, but it seemed like it at least 85% of the time City had the ball. Tottenham was just running around like chickens without heads. And you're right, the midfield was the problem because they were not combative enough. They when they did get the ball, they turned it back over. It was horrible. It was horrible to watch. You know, it for a final. I remember when was it City versus who City had beat in this? Was it Aston Villa they had beat a few years ago? No, was it Watford, right?
Watford.
Yeah.
It was Watford.
Even though this one is only 1-0, it was, I think they had beat Watford like 5 or something like that.
Or 6.
Yeah, it was that dominant. It was the class between both teams. To me, was the same. You know, City just kept the ball, did what they wanted to do with it. The fact that they didn't score more goals is just kind of amazing because they just totally control the game. And from the midfield, that's where everything was on. They need a combative midfield inside here. And you're right. They probably should have played 3 defensive midfielders because they needed somebody who can stop City from playing. And because City were out there just knocking the ball around as if they were in practice for almost the entire game. I don't know why Son was crying. He did nothing, and the team never deserved to win. So you know, why is he crying?
I only take
that man doesn't need a wife.
My only take as we run. I told people from other night that Tottenham don't want to win anything. First thing they got rid of Mourinho.
Yeah, exactly.
Before the final, they just never want to win nothing at all. Argument done.
No, you're right. I saw a meme where somebody said when they tried to give Tottenham the League Cup, they say, "Hey, we don't do that around here." And you're right. They do not. Honestly, I believe. Well, I had called it. Say Mourinho was gonna win that trophy for Tottenham, and I believe still, if he was there, he would have found somewhere to wring at that one win out of Tottenham. But Tottenham, you're right. I don't think they want to win anything. They're allergic to winning anything at all.
Blacks, I think you have a point, but at the same time, if Mourinho can't get the players to play for him, I'm not sure if I share that same sentiment.
In one game?
I think they would have been up for that one game. Even after one game, then fire him. Like when they do Van Gaal after winning the FA Cup, then fire him. Even after that one game.
And next thing, Mourinho would have had the guts to bench Keane or sub him early. Since Keane has been playing like Tottenham manager. Remember, they made the same mistake in the Champions League final when Lucas Moura was
the player. About that.
And they played, and Poch played Keane instead. You know, I mean, there is no way in look a friend because Keane has seen a man FEMA Tottenham. There's no way any Ryan Fraser, whatever you want to name.
Yes.
Ryan Mason. They go bench Keane or pull him off early. Mourinho would have
probably Keane was one who wrote up the match card and put the
players. Would have been Bale. He would have started Bale.
He didn't start Bale. Yeah, that's true. You're right.
That's starting Fred.
Hey, Tottenham they must be happy that the best player on the pitch for them was Lloris because he kept the scoreline respectfully. True. Other than that, they would have picked up about 5 or 6.
You know, next thing I'm like, go on, Bojo, continue.
Luckily for them, the best player on the pitch on that day was Lloris. We see him pull off some sublime save. Me have to say, yeah, Lloris still have it in a locker. Can't deny that. Him are the best player easily on the day. Other than that, the game would have been way out of reach for Tottenham in about 20 minutes, honestly.
Come, Bojo, 8 minutes we have left to go. Go on.
All right, so we are touched a little bit on the thing there, right? The Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Greg.
Boy, the EPL gets so Americanized, even they are Hall of Fame now. But who other than those 2 inducted?
Huh?
Other than Henry and Shearer, who else get inducted?
Well, no, those are the only 2. I think right now you can vote in the app. You can actually vote for the next 6. The next, they have 21 more players out there right now, which they're saying you can vote for. I know Cantona, Tony Adams, Matt Letizia, Ian Wright, Peter Schmeichel, Roy Keane. In the Premier League app, Les Ferdinand, Sol Campbell, Andrew Cole, Robbie Fowler, Paul Scholes, David Beckham, Frank Lampard, Rio Ferdinand, Dennis Bergkamp, Patrick Vieira, Michael Owen, Steven Gerrard, John Terry, Ashley Cole, Didier Drogba, Robin Van Persie, and Vidic. You get to choose 6 players from that for the next set of inductees.
Easy 6, man.
He's a 6. Arsenal ball at them. Except Ashley Cole and Van Persie.
Ashley Cole no pass.
Van Persie, then nothing for them. So I think me 5 other Arsenal name, and I might vote for Les Ferdinand. It was a player that I like. That's it.
All right.
Yeah, but
Another thing when we did see Sky Sports was they might ask like what the best Premier League goalkeeper since 2018-2019 season, right? They might have Lloris at number 1. What is clean sheet 18.5, Allison 6.1, Ederson 5.2, and De Gea 7.5. I saw Lloris percentage high. Actually, Tottenham no good make all these saves.
Is it saves or clean sheet? Is it saves or
clean
sheet?
I think it's a clean sheet. You never said save, you know.
Saves since.
Or expected goal save. Okay.
Or a clean sheet, just say.
A clean sheet later. Well, Bucho, listen. Remember what year when we compare the Man U and Tottenham teams, I'm telling you, say Lloris is a good keeper. Yes, he made a few mistakes over the past years, but De Gea has had his fair share of mistakes too, especially since the World Cup. I mean, Lloris is not a bad keeper, dog. I mean, yes, France team was very good and dominant, but he's a World Cup winning goalkeeper. Lloris has been a good goalkeeper. I mean, he won a few blunders. I mean, Ederson have his blunders.
All of them.
Alistair, for Christ's sakes, have his
Every
blunders.
one of them that you call right there have a mistake in them.
But
yeah,
if personally for me, if I should pick anyone out of those 4, I would pick Lloris. Honestly, but as I said, the reality of it is that from a goalkeeper perspective, I think maybe of lately, but he has been a very consistent goalkeeper for Tottenham for a few years now. Very consistent. I mean, they are. I think they say goalkeepers get better by age, but I think him now, his best days are far gone.
It's not declared.
His best days are far gone. Man City keeper. Because of Man City ball position, I don't think I can really. Allison, the year he got the Golden Gloves, he was very good. Since later on last year to this season, as we could have called him Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland. But honestly, I think Lloris has been very consistent for a good while for Tottenham.
You know, them always say no, style make fight and all that type of stuff there. It's all depending on the team that you have. You will decide which one of these goalkeepers. It's all depending on the team that you have. If you want somebody
David is a shot stopper.
Yeah, exactly. He's a shot stopper. But he could not play for Klopp and he could not play for Pep.
Exactly.
He could not play for them because they want when they say they're playing 5-4 at the back, it's really 5. That person needs to be on the edge of his box, making passes and all different type of passes.
Not just
has
passes.
To be able to make.
Not just passes, but you should be on the box, as I call it, sweeper keeper.
Sweeper keeper,
so
you know. So
passes everything you can always.
You know, funny enough, Pickford would fit that kind of system.
Pickford passing is not. He has a good long pass, but I mean like intricate wall pass. Me say Edison, me say Allison. They are the 2 keepers that does this. Where when they can make a triangle with 2 defenders and pass the ball 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Without you don't see them get rattled by doing that. You know, it becomes easy for them.
For real.
When Pickford get pressured, you know, Allison sometimes it's his overconfidence, and the same thing with Edison. You know, they believe that they can just basically make any pass. And you know, when you have tried those things, if you just want one person to nick it, and it's too late. You know,
you see the mad German for where that too.
Yeah, but they're very comfortable in that context. So honestly, it's hard to rate goalkeepers in that context. I know Ricky always said goalkeeper's job is to stop the ball from getting the back of the net, and I believe that. I do believe that too. But when I look at the entire game and look how football has developed, you know, what left back and right backs are doing now compared to what they were asked to do in the past. You know, what goalkeepers, what centre backs are being asked to do now. You know, they change the rule. No, you don't have to kick the ball outside of the box when the goalkeeper kicking it off. You can kick it inside the box. You know, all of this is saying that football has evolved, and you can't just look back on what used to be in the past and say, boy, this is the only option for goalkeepers and defenders and stuff like that. And such, who is the most complete out of all those 4 goalkeepers you're talking about? Is it Alisson? Is it Edison? Is it Loris? Is it De Gea? I think De Gea is the least complete because he clearly doesn't want to touch the ball with his foot.
Blacks personally for me, I know he's out of the picture sometimes now, but I think Romero is a more complete goalkeeper than even there.
Now you're going to make Greg happy.
No, seriously. I'm not serious though. If you look at Romero's position, when a free kick, a corner, he commands the back to collect those squares and things like those. As I said, there is a shot stopper. Kick it to him, we stop it. But have the 2 pass, collect the squares them and command your backs, nowhere near. Nowhere near.
So we all agree then that the most complete.
Loris, come in.
The most complete, perhaps I'm finish my statement. We all agree that the most complete goalkeeper in the league right now is Emi Martinez, the Arsenal great.
What?
Blacks, keep on that.
Expand.
I think in fantasy is the most complete one.
I'm say Blacks. After me Captain Cavani, you know, make me peak. I'm gonna give man about 10 minutes.
All right, let's run through a couple of the comments before we leave. Akeem agree with I guess most of we and Loris being the best. And no. If I refer to the City game now, I must say City dominated. Yeah, I think we all agree that City dominate.
Well, shut up, make a comment. Is that real? When I say none
a trophy
to get pardon. Are gimmicks,
that's gimmicks. All he needed to do was to win the Asian Cup and him get him things sorted out. And he's okay. He's okay from military standpoint right now.
Okay.
All right. No, Mambi, this now go up. Mambi say all of the name them are Blacks list for the Hall of Fame should be inducted. And that's
no. Disagree.
Well, maybe eventually they all will be inducted, but
no.
You have to go through the process and which ballot then get going on. I think they did a really good job in terms of the 2 that they pick as the initial inductees. You can't go wrong with those. I think those are the 2, the least controversial picks that they're gonna make going forward are those 2 picks. Alan Shearer, again, he's still, and Terry Henry, I think even his opponents respect what he did while he was in the Premier League. So I don't think they mess that part up. It's gonna be interesting going forward because again, I remember when I saw it came up on the app, it said that you have a chance to decide who gets in. So I'm wondering if it's gonna be a full fan vote only, or the fans are gonna shortlist 6, and then from there they're gonna go.
I don't think it's gonna be a fan vote only. If it was Man U fans, I would have picked Cantona and Beckham.
Well, Arsenal fans go do the same thing.
I would pick Beckham. I wouldn't have Scholes. I wouldn't have Scholes in it.
Liverpool fans go pick Fowler and
I wouldn't pick Owen either.
Gerrard and Owen. Owen win the Ballon d'Or, so I want to remember that.
Ricky rate him as a Man U fan. Ricky rate him.
Yeah, man, Ricky rate him, man.
And go get him FA Cup.
Yeah.
All right. City.
I'm gonna fix a discussion for one of them live here. In the Premier League era, I'm not talk black and white football from 92.
Yeah.
We're gonna set a list and nominate 5 players for each position. The best keeper in the Premier League era, the best centre back in the Premier League era.
Peter Schmeichel.
the best. All right, midfield. We'll split the midfield at two. The best CDM and the best attacking midfielder and the best striker.
And then maybe have to get on best winger too.
Exactly.
Left or right.
All right. Yeah, all right, we are gonna do that. But next day, Zid, write down your list and who you can think of, and is it
Michael.
Greg,
it's okay. Greg. I'll make Zane write down my list. No worries, sir.
Anyway, that's the show for tonight, guys. It was
No Champions League, Champions League preview. Not even 2 minutes.
Real quick. You know somebody have it right down, but I said time.
City. Hold on. Where Chelsea game I play tomorrow? Who's home game?
So just still on the live?
No.
Real Madrid home game.
They're going to Madrid.
Real Madrid home game.
Hello Madrid. Hello Madrid. Hello Madrid. Hello Madrid. Hello Madrid.
Low scoring game.
2-0. I said 2-0.
For who?
Real Madrid.
It's a 3-1. Madrid.
2-0 Real Madrid.
No, Greg, I'm see Chelsea are letting 3.
This is gonna be 1-1. It's gonna be 1-1.
We are kicking it.
Where's it?
Another Maledin.
1-1 at best. 1-1 at best.
2-1 Madrid. Maggie Madrid the edge. But if Chelsea,
why? Why not?
Anyway, if Chelsea get an away goal, it's gonna be very interesting when the match returns to the
match. I said Madrid will score 3 tomorrow. Today.
All right. And the other game.
PSG City. PSG home game. PSG we don't want the 3-2 Wednesday.
I don't see that happening.
Greg not edgy bet this week.
I see City keeping the ball away from them and actually dominating them. The problem is, will City score the goals? I'm not sure. I think City probably will get away with a 2-1 win.
Well, I think honestly the only thing can beat City is Pep. And he overthink himself.
And that is what's gonna happen. He's gonna overthink.
But the truth is, I think for a good while now he has been getting it right. So if he gets it right, I think he will get past PSG. But if he overthink and the stupidness, he'll kill himself again.
Good point. But my thing is,
my phone battery dying.
We'll wrap it up fast, man.
Let me add one thing. Sterling, even though he scored yesterday, him look like he might get back some confidence, some form. But Mahrez was fire yesterday.
He was on fire.
And that is good for City fans. If you're a City fan, you want to see that. Because Mahrez playing that good, trust me, and Pep now going to have no choice but to play.
And I want what Foden is going to do in this game too.
That's what I was going to say. I think he's going to play Foden and Mahrez as the wide players with either Sterling, De Bruyne, or Bernardo as his false nine. I don't know, but he's going to go with a false nine tomorrow. He now start any 2 striker. Even though both of them again.
Not De Bruyne. Not De Bruyne. Now start him as a false nine.
He might, because in the game yesterday, if you notice what happened, De Bruyne start more up. But then as the game progressed, he dropped off and started pinging the ball around, which is, typical of De Bruyne. I mean, he might even start good again as him false nine. Who knows? But that's Pep. One thing we know for sure, Rodrigo play because he rest him and Stone's going to be back in the defense. Don't know who the 2 fullbacks going to be, but yeah. The midfield and forwards, the midfielders, because he not no forward. But when's the game going to be a good game? But tomorrow, Madrid. How would that about Madrid 1-0? City game 1, what? Mambi, how are you drink? There's no way City and PSG are finish 1-0. I don't see that. I mean, right. if that happened, I baptize Sunday.
Well, live. We have proof.
You have been going out on limbs of lately, you know, and they jump off at the limbs them. Be careful.
Me fact, me go jump off on limb.
Be careful.
We live and people, we have witness, and we have a pastor on the live, so him can baptize it. Anyways, the PSG game, I don't know if think they're gonna be himself, even though the coach say him good. Mbappe, we don't know which one of the Mbappe are gonna turn up.
But he's young. When me have Mbappe age, me I ring my uncle today and tomorrow me out there run up and down again.
I don't pick up football, man, I play, but I don't say work. But anyway,
football used to rough. What you talk about?
Anyways,
him good man. Him go run.
You know what Mbappe run pan the City defense there. You see it?
It gonna happen.
Me I go pick different half of owner. 2-1 PSG. Me I go be that one there.
Mr. 3-2 PSG.
You never pick no score, Greg.
Yes, he said 3-2.
How we man?
Oh, I never hear that.
It's a 3-1 City and 3-2. I mean 3-1 Madrid and 3-2 PSG. Now those are my picks.
Oh, all right then. We way past 2 hours, so we have to go close out. You know.
Yeah, man. Thanks to the viewers.
Yeah, man. Big up everybody who joined us on the live, even if you wasn't on for the full 2 hours. You don't know. Big up yourself. If you're new here, please subscribe and tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. You understand? Yeah, it's your boy Abuja Skin representing for Full Sports TV, and we're out.
Thursday, what? Thursday, next show, right?
Yeah, Thursday next show.
Because I think Premier League game I play Friday.
So Greg, always the light. Do I?
Yeah, you don't look as dark tonight. Blacks, pops, I use up in Ambien and they know a lot of man.
No, I ball me change the ball.
Only did what?
Cake soap, Greg. Cake soap, my house.
Elite cartel is on cake soap.
Yeah.
Bless up yourself.